are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Nicki Minaj went to the Trump summit. She had a few things to say, but one thing that everybody's kind of talking about is the fact that when she went there, they was trying to throw some slick shade at Cardi B. This is what people are referring to.
Pretty good behind the seal, by the way.
Thank you.
I must admit, your competition, which really isn't competition, didn't really look good behind the seal when they were with Kamala Harris. Just saying. So, Nicki, look.
So a fan said she knew to keep that mouth shut, though. So a lot of fans are saying that Nicki Minaj is scared, that she knew she didn't really want to smoke with Cardi B. A lot of fans were saying, oh, she didn't want the smoke from what happened last October. I seen some fans saying, oh, she didn't want Cardi B to throw a shoe at her. So a lot of people feel like she was scared. I don't really feel like she was, though. I just feel like it's called professionalism. There's a time and place, and I feel like a lot of people in that administration are not professionals. No shade. But she also had this to say, too.
I would say that, actually, I came from a different country at about 5 years old and always wanted the American dream. I thought that when I came to the United States, I was going to be like moving into like a castle, and I was going to be wearing big like poofy dresses and going out to like ballrooms. I don't know why I had that idea, but anyway, so my parents both worked really hard, and I guess you could say they were very motivating people, believed in me, but we really didn't have much. There were times that in between jobs, I definitely remember my mother having to be dependent on the government for help. But it would always be a couple months here and there, like if she lost her job. She never felt comfortable staying on government assistance. So it would be a couple months here and there, but it always made me think, I don't ever want to have that burden when I get older. Even as a kid, I felt like, this isn't how things are supposed to be, but I don't know how I knew that. And I remember one day asking her, how much did you make? And the look on her face when she told me the amount, like when she showed me her check, I could literally remember how it looked to this day. And even as a kid, I could tell she was disappointed in her check. So it always...
Now, moving on from that, Nicki Minaj announced that she got her gold card from Trump, which is a program that creates a new route to permanent U.S. residence by allowing applications to qualify for citizenship. It makes the process faster because it can take years upon years if you do the regular process. But with the gold card, your process to U.S. citizenship is faster. Now, Nicki Minaj also confirms my tea about her doing a sit-down interview, which I spoke about a few days ago. She's doing a sit-down interview with Katie Miller podcast on February 3rd. So let me know if you guys will be tuning in for that. Now, moving on from that, Ckiminaj, if you don't know who that is, he is the chart-obsessed racist Sabrina, Lana, and Kendrick Lamar's producer. Posted a tomato emoji, which a lot of people feel like was shade towards Nicki Minaj. Now, he does have a tomato next to his location in his bio on X, but a lot of people speculating that he tweeted that around the time Nicki Minaj was going viral on social media from the Trump summit. And as we know, the chart-obsessed racist has publicly endorsed Kamala Harris. Okay? So a lot of people are saying that him and the blondes like Sabrina and, the chart-obsessed racists are not fucking with Nicki right now. That's what the people on social media are thinking. I don't think Nicki Minaj cares. Okay? Now, Gavin Newsom also was throwing shade. But in hindsight, Nicki Minaj did too. But he posted Protect Your Kids, the meganlaw.ca.gov website, which shows all the predators' addresses. And if you're an SO offender, you're going to be on this website. I'm like, oh my goodness, is about to get uglier than Cardi B. Wow. And then, now Kathy Hochul, who is the governor of New York, decided to have her team post a Cardi B meme in regards to Nicki Minaj, saying that she was Trump's #1 fan. She said she loved Trump. She doesn't care who doesn't like it. They were doing TikToks together. I don't know if y'all saw them, but they was doing TikToks together on social media. So let me know how y'all feel about it, okay? And do you feel like Nicki Minaj's plan is going in accordance to how she wants it to go? And how do you think her next album will do? Okay, some people are saying that this could be the rollout for the album. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that Doja Cat has teased a live album from her tour. Is she trying to be like Beyonce? Beyonce do live albums, okay? Doja Cat has never done that. I don't think, in my opinion, Doja Cat needs a live album for any tour. Okay, no shade. I like Doja Cat, and she's a phenomenal performer. So this has nothing to do with her talent, because one thing you can't say is that Doja Cat's not talented. But the point of the matter is, I just don't think you need a live album because you don't have the vocals for that. Only Beyonce and Adele and people with voices should be doing live albums. Okay, because what you're going to be hearing is the voice. You're not going to be seeing the dance moves unless it comes with a visual, which I don't think it will. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a chop. Now, moving on from that, Anti by Rihanna. It's its anniversary for Anti. Let me know what's your favorite song on Anti. My favorite song on Anti is Needed Me. That song is a bop. And Kiss It Better is also a boppity bop too. But it has been announced that Rihanna has 9 new RIAA certifications. Rihanna extends her record for the most diamond singles by a female artist. And a lot of people are speculating that despite Rihanna getting knocked up back to back and her laziness, that she will drop something for the Anti anniversary, whether it will be tour dates, a single, a song, a feature. People are speculating that she will drop something. I'm not going to hold my breath for it. If she drops, she drop. If she don't, she don't. Okay? It is what it is at this rate, in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Lady Gaga and Queen Bee were rumored to have been asked to star in the reboot of the classic Thelma and Louise. Beyonce, however, rejected the offer, while Gaga accepted it and is now looking for another renowned singer and actress for the role. Let me know who you guys think should be the other half for Thelma and Louise, since Queen Bee does not want to do no acting. And if I was making $400 and $500 million on a tour, I wouldn't want to do one either. I'm not doing no acting. If I can go on tour for 30 days and make $500 million, are you crazy? Like, you know how long it takes sometimes to make a film? It could take months. Okay, Beyonce don't got time for that. Blue Ivy don't got time for that. So with that being said, I think Queen Bee made a smart decision. And plus, a lot of people clown Beyonce's acting skills, and I think that's why she doesn't really like to act like that. Because people, every time she did an acting role, y'all said she can't act. I remember, was it Cadillac Records? I forgot who she played in the biopic, and the artist came out and said that she didn't want Beyonce to play her. So in regards to that, that's probably why she doesn't want to do it, because y'all gonna clown her. Even if she did a good job, y'all not gonna give her credit. Y'all gotta start giving Queen Bee credit, and maybe she'll do more acting roles, okay? But in my opinion, I don't think Gaga's that great of an actress either. No shade. You know, I think they should choose somebody better. I like Gaga. Very talented singer, but when it comes to acting, I'm never impressed. And the last film she was in, The Joker 2, that was trash. Okay, no shade to Gaga. So moving on from that, Zendaya allegedly doesn't trust Sydney Sweeney and asked her to keep her distance from Tom Holland. Tensions between Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are said to be rising. According to a source cited by Yahoo Entertainment, Zendaya was uncomfortable with the interactions between Sydney Sweeney and Tom Holland during filming. due to the lack of trust between the two Euphoria actresses. The article even claims Zendaya warned Sydney to stay away from her fiancé, despite fully trusting him. Although many believe the source to be unreliable, but speculation continues. So let me know if you guys believe or don't believe. Here's my thing. I understand Zendaya is with Tom Holland, but he's not even all that for you to be acting like that, in my opinion. Okay, I get it. Y'all been together for a while now, but you doing too much if you pressing Sydney Sweeney, who's with Scooter Braun, about Tom Holland. Okay, no shade. Number 2 is there is issues between Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya. I'm sure Zendaya doesn't want the public to know that, but if you want to know the real tea behind that, that's on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I don't know if I fully believe that she would ever press Sydney Sweeney though. I feel like Zendaya, she cares about her image a lot. You can tell by the way she moves. She's very strategic about how she comes off across. And I feel like if word got out that she ever pressed Sydney Sweeney, even though the general public may not really like her, the industry does, I feel like it would only make Sydney Sweeney look bad. And, you know, she would have a bad reputation. Because you got to understand, Zendaya is still biracial. She's not white. She's not getting away with what a white woman can get away with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Sydney Sweeney would definitely play victim and say, oh, Zendaya was bullying me, or Zendaya, she did this and that to me. So I don't feel like Zendaya was dumb enough to even do that. But do I feel like she likes Sydney Sweeney? Absolutely, positively not. I don't think a lot of people like Sydney Sweeney, is evident. But I just think Zendaya, I don't think Zendaya is ever going to tell another woman not to talk to her man. I do think, though, she would tell Tom Holland not to talk to Sydney Sweeney. I definitely believe that. I just don't believe that Tom Holland would cheat on Zendaya with Sydney Sweeney. Okay, because he's another one of them that cares about his image. And I feel like a lot of actors and actresses tend to keep their distance from Sydney Sweeney. Especially when she had the MAGA allegations that did not work in her favor. As soon as she cleared those up, she's doing good at the box office again. You know, she's not getting dragged as much. But when she was, you know, pandering to that side, it did hurt her a little bit when she dropped those 2 movies back to back. But then when Housemaid dropped, or whatever it was called, you know, she cleared up the rumors. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of actors and actresses keep their distance away from any celebrity that endorses that side. But also, you know, allegedly a lot of people behind the scenes feel like Sydney Sweeney's not that great of an actress. That's the real hot tea. People feel like she's a little bit overhyped and that she only gets roles because she's blonde and she got big boobs. That's what the streets say. Okay, I'm not saying who said that, but the streets be talking. They say they don't believe Sydney Sweeney is as talented, and a lot of actors and actresses feel that way about Sydney Sweeney. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, moving on from that, Kendrick Lamar could make history and become the most awarded rapper in the Grammys history, surpassing Camel Face with 25 wins. Lamar currently stands at 22 wins and is nominated for 9 Grammys at this year's ceremony, 2 of which can be deemed as locked for Best Melodic Rap Performance and Best Rap Performance. So there's been reports that, you know, the King of Rap will surpass the former King of Rap, Camel Face. He's no longer the King of Rap anymore, but some people still call him the King of New York. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but he has 25 Grammys and Kendrick Lamar has 22. A lot of people feel like he will surpass Camel Face. I definitely feel like he's going to surpass him. Here's my thing. I think overall, Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion, makes better music than Camel Face. He's more diverse. You know, he can do the pop thing, clearly with SZA and Taylor. He's done it. Okay, he just worked with Jack Antonoff on his last album. He can make hit records. He can make diss records. He can make lyrical type of records and songs. He can make black, anthems. Okay. Like We Gonna Be All Right. You know, that's a black anthem. That's a classic. Camel Face never done that in his whole career. He's never been that type of artist. Okay. And I feel like when it comes to Kendrick and Champagne Thickums, that's why they're in the big three. They're very diverse. Same thing with Champagne Thickums. Champagne Thickums should have more Grammys, but unfortunately, Camel Face, who's on this secret Grammy committee, does not mess with Champagne Thickums. But, you know, Champagne Thickums should have, you know, way more than, I think he got like what? 4 or 3 Grammys. He might have more than that. I gotta double check. Okay, I double checked. He got 5 Grammys. Okay, but he should have way more than 5. He should have way more. But anyway, got some very hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day.